Alright guys, what is up? Here we are with the new patch. Apparently the Catalyst Gunship Shade Phantom deck is like sort of new meta. I don't know how good this deck is going to be yet, but we're going to play a few games with it and we're gonna see how it goes.
Establishing 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so we're open rifles.
I'm Seth. Just Seth.
And then Harvester. Looks like Great Boy's gonna harvest a rifle. We're gonna take up defensive position here. Means he should this will hopefully force him to tech switch first, is the idea. We get defensive position with the rifles. I'm not sure who's gonna win this middle fight. It's gonna be pretty close. Looks like I'm gonna win it. Tony's gone straight into Catship, alright. I guess we could go bikes or we can go Phantom. I'm gonna go for Phantom because we've got quite a lot of money. And the one-shotting of the Catship is a big deal for sure. He's got lasers, okay. There's a Seth drill pod, so we're gonna need a Catship for that. We haven't got any, what's the word? You know, top cap. Okay, so the Phantom is really dominant. It looks like it's a mirror match, and the Phantom is just really dominant in the mirror match. Alright, some bikes, so we'll go Shade. Get some lasers now. Okay, that seems pretty powerful. It's going pretty well so far. Phantom seems like the absolute nuts in this matchup, which makes sense. In a not air mirror, Phantom is always the king. Looks like we gonna win pretty easily here. Alright, cool. Well, didn't really get to learn much there because it was a mirror match, so you can't really tell much about the deck. But, I mean, yeah, it seems like it could be okay. Obviously, not air mirror is always going to be about the Phantom. Okay, game 2. Against Catship. We're gonna go rifles first again. He's gone wheels first. Let's go harvester here. And we'll back up and get some lasers. Don't want him being able to block our harvester or anything. So we use the rifles to block to make sure he can't get the 2v1 with the wheels. Well, I just messed it up by moving them in there. They're obviously falling a little bit behind here, but the lasers will eventually overtake. And there's fanatics, so we're gonna have to go Catship, I assume. Now this feels like it should be a pretty tough matchup, honestly. Trying to use Catship to kill fanatics when they have like boosted bikes around, that sounds pretty bad. Alright, so we should get the cloud on this guy. Yeah, wow, that was pretty nice. And then if we can save this and cloud the fanatics again. No, you lose too much of the charge changing target is the problem. Still, I mean, we won that engagement fairly comfortably. It went reasonably well. There was no stealth tank though. Stealth tank fanatic is like the old meta as stealth tank. That's the old meta, so that's the thing we need to be able to beat for this to be new meta. Like if you lose to stealth tank fanatic, then you know what's the point of playing this deck? Because then you're just losing to the standard stuff. We have Shade though. Shade is very good against stealth tank. I want to try and get the Shade stealthed again if possible. With some bites. See if we can cloud the bites and take them out. Yeah, there's the cloud. Nice, got the bite squadron. Okay, wow, crushed that game pretty hard. That went pretty well.
Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so up against Jade now. Gonna go Rifles first as always. He's gonna wheel, so let's get Harvester and back our rifles away. Wait for the lasers.
Unit ready.
I want to get my rifles back up here with the lasers. And I want to keep my rifles nearby to try and stop him getting a 2v1. So we're going to try and block this here. Nice, we got the block. Now we get a 1v1 with this laser. I kind of thought my lasers would do better than that, to be honest with you. Alright, well, he's got a bunch of one-man wheel squads. So now we just need to pop them to win the missile. There's some chems. They're not very good against Catship, I think, so it should be pretty comfortable. Oh, he's gonna move into his own cloud as well. Wow. Oof, look at that damage. Insane. Nice. Wow, Catship really took those apart very easily. I will protect the Catship with lasers. I'll go Shade for the bites.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Little Banshee. Banshee's actually a little bit of a problem here. So we have Phantom in the deck, so once we get them popped out, we'll just take it out with Phantom. Oh wow, we got the wheels with the burst fire there. Looking pretty easy actually. Wow, took out the bikes as well. Pretty impressive stuff from that deck.
Objective complete.
Alright, so we're up against Solomon now.
New objective.
Probably going to be the Rev Solomon deck with like Dog, Talon, Pitbull. This could be a tough matchup. Talon, I believe, Talon and Pitbull are both going to be very strong against our deck. Because Shade doesn't beat Pitbull as much as you'd like it to, basically. Like, obviously, it's a very powerful unit, and if it smashed Pitbulls, then it would be insanely overpowered, but, yeah. It does mean that the deck has some weaknesses for things like Talon and Pitbull. Alright, we're going to move in. We got the extra dude. Alright, he's been pushed back. He's probably going to switch to Talons. Nope, drones. Oh, it's drones. Okay, okay. If he's got Drone Swarm and it's Copycat, that means he's playing his Solomon APC deck. Alright, so against Drone Swarm we go Bites. He's gonna go Orca, most likely. No, he went Missile Troopers, surprising. Should be able to block them out long enough to fire the missile. Yeah, cool. And then we'll go some more Bites. I haven't even made our air tower yet.
Tick Tank 13 Blade 3.
Okay, let's get a Catship. There's the Pitbull. Pitbull's going to be a problem for us for sure. And an APC. Now, I don't know how big a problem APC is likely to be. I'm guessing I have to use Shades to take care of APC. We'll leave the Catship to fight it with the Cloud. See how that does. Yeah, this APC just is not going down at all. It's a pretty big issue. And then once it does go down, we'll have to kill the missiles as well, obviously. Shade over here. This to kill these drone swarms. Alright, nice. The Phantom. Alright, cool. That went pretty well. This deck seems reasonably powerful. I don't know if it's like completely insane, but it seems reasonably powerful. I don't know if it's new meta yet. I wouldn't say. I don't think I'm willing to say that yet. But... Okay, so now we're playing against a Nas. I've specifically asked a Nas to play Razorback because obviously, if you can't beat Razorback, then this is not a new meta deck. Like, if you can't beat Fanatics or Razorback, then your deck is not going to be meta, basically. Okay, so pretty standard start. Couple of riflemen from both sides. We'll take up defensive positions. He's probably going to switch into the Razorback fairly early on. And then we'll have to respond with, I guess, Stealth Tank? Or no, we have to respond with Phantom. We don't have Stealth Tank. I was getting confused on the deck. So yeah, we'll probably have to respond with Bikes, actually, which is really not very ideal. You don't really want to be using Bikes against Razorbacks. But we could potentially just play Air and then not worry about the Razorback. That's probably the plan. Alright, there's the Razorback. We'll get a couple of Bikes to go after it. Jump jets as well. Alright, so we're going to win first missile pretty easily, it looks like. No Liang Steel to worry about, which is nice. Okay, cool, so we get first missile. Then we're going to try and go Catship for these jump jets. Take out this Razorback. The fact that it can't heal is also a huge deal, right? Like, it used to be that Razorback getting away from you would mean that it was going to come back later fully healed, but now it doesn't matter. You can just, like, you can chip it down and it's good. Like, there you go, I just finished it off, which is amazing. Here's another Razorback. Wow, Razorback is so much worse than it was. Oh my god. It's like actually dying to lasers and bikes. This is crazy. Wow, Razorback is so much weaker than it used to be. That's such a good change. I'm really happy about that. Like, I was able to literally just kill it with like lasers and a couple of bikes supporting. Normally it rips through lasers super hard, but that was pretty good. I've killed like 3 Razorbacks now. This is really good. I'm very excited to see this. Try and keep this Shade alive. See if I can just close out this game here. Wow, that was a pretty dominant performance. Razorback is so much weaker than it used to be. That is insane how much weaker Razorback is. That is a really big deal.
Enemy base destroyed. 3, 2.
Alright, so we're gonna do one last game with this deck, see how it goes. Up against Greeno. Got dog opening, alright. Not sure if I want to be charging or not yet. I think generally speaking my deck is quite aggressive and I should aim to be charging. Alright, we can move in against these 2 dogs, that'll be fine. Okay, so he's got dogs and rifles. Probably want to go air here. I need to use militants to fight his rifles for now. I guess we'll have to go Catship here, which isn't great. He's probably going to go Pitbull next. Yeah, he's boosted it as well, and we're super pop capped. We've got like 3 one-man squads right now. Alright, well those one-man lasers were a big pain for that missile. Razorback, okay. Man, it's kind of insane how much worse Razorback is now. Yeah, like this, like look at this. The Razorback just can't actually go into the lasers as well as it used to. It actually really struggles with it now. But this deck still has massive issues.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Unit offline.
Talon as well. Wow, this is a lot of units that my deck is weak to.
Building online.
Another Razorback.
Unit ready. Missile cancel.
Yeah, looks like we're dead here. Can't kill with Talon in time. Alright, that was a lot of units that my deck sucked ass against. Talons and Pitbulls and Razorback seems like a pretty big issue. Talon Pitbull is definitely a big problem. Alright, that deck seems pretty good, but it definitely doesn't feel like a like powerhouse deck at all. Like, it doesn't feel like when I played Fanatics last meta or when I played Razorback. So I think the hype is not real with this one. I think this deck is medium okay and actually not that great. I'm not super impressed by it. So yeah, I still don't think it's going to be as good as just playing a Fnatic or a Razorback deck at the moment. So yeah, I could be wrong. We could see a lot more of this deck, but it just seems bad versus GDI. It's going to smash Nod. Like, it's for sure going to dominate Nod, but that's always been the case. Nod always loses to triple air Nod. Like, triple air Nod has always been amazing versus Nod, but it's really bad against just standard GDI stuff, which has always been the case for triple air Nod. Again, like, Pitbull is just too good. So yeah, I think the hype is not real for that deck. I think it's going to be another one of these anti-Nod Nod decks, and it's not going to take over the meta at all. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.